Hey everybody, and welcome to the Gauntlet, where we go over everything esports news. I'm your host, Captain Zeus, followed by my co-hosts JT and Novaverse. And today we get a lot of matches going on here at the Philadelphia Homestead. We have Washington, Houston, Philadelphia, and Florida all playing this weekend. So we have a couple of things going on. Did Washington do some justice to their roster to improve from the last season? Is Philadelphia going to stand their ground at home and take a 2-0? Nova, what do you think of this Washington-Houston matchup real quick?
Well, when I look at it, honestly, I think of low tiers just duking it out to see if they can possibly get back on top. But that's for you two to fight about. So I'm going to start with Zeus over here. How do you feel about... No, JT, it's not about you. It's about Zeus. Zeus, take it away. How do you feel
First of all, how dare you talk about my boys in green saying they're low tier? Nah, man. Bleed green, man. Bleed green. Hashtag band together. Bleed green all day long.
I think we actually agree on this point. That was unbelievably disrespectful.
I know,
I'm gonna
right?
let you finish because I'm not disrespectful over here.
Ooh, look at that.
What?
So we
Gentlemen.
got...
What?
We got an amazing lineup going on here. We got Dante, who had 39th in hero damage. You had Linkser, 8th in final blows out of 200, dude. You had Ruckus, who was also on the American Overwatch World Cup team that took the gold. You got a lot of good talent on here. And then Jesse from Soul Dynasty. I love Soul Dynasty, man. Jesse from Soul Dynasty is going to bring a great addition to the team, as well as their new coach, Harsha, who was the analyst from San Francisco last year. Are you kidding me? Not only is the lineup and the coaching staff amazing, they got the hype behind them, dude. Bleed green. What do you mean bottom low middle tier? Nah, man, they're top 10. Top 10. What are
The
you
facts
talking about?
do not lie. The facts do not lie. But I'm going to toss to the JT. How do you feel about Washington justice in this?
See, now you throw it to someone with real opinions, real facts. I'm
Okay.
telling you, Washington's going to go in this match with a brand new roster, except Corey, our MVP, of course. You know him. He's everywhere. How do you not know about him? We're going to go into this matchup. We're going to go in with a bunch of young blood and wreck this team. I don't care about this analyst guy. You kidding me? He probably just got fired. Let's be real. He's on a bottom team. You know who is a bottom? Washington, baby. We're going to go up to the top 10. Maybe 11, 12. That's where I predict them to be. I'm telling you right now, though, we're not in that bottom spot. Unlike my friend over here, Zeus, with all his teams.
I'm going to butt in here real quick. First of all, I love Washington, one of my teams, but they is trash. The only good players on there, Stratus and Corey.
Yeah,
Arguably
amazing.
Arc.
No.
That's it.
Whoa.
Arguably. Corey over here, he's the only person on that team that anybody recognizes. Everyone thinks Washington Jeffs is like, oh, Corey, that's it. You don't remember any of the other teams. Like, I can't even remember any of the other players on that team because it doesn't even matter. I just named off 3, 4. I can name off other ones for the Houston because they're all recognizable. They all get the stats and the skills to prove it. Houston is definitely not no bottom tier team, man. They are definitely going to be way above that. And are you kidding me? Fired? No, dude. He's like, you know what? This team, San Francisco, they're a pretty good team. I want to go other ways. And he's the head coach now for Houston. An analyst going to a head coach position. That's not only amazing for, that person. That's great for the team because you have someone who's an analyst for a previous championship team. Head coaching all that, man. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Go home.
All I hear you saying is untested, unproven. That's all
I
I
just
hear
gave
you
you the
saying.
stats to prove otherwise.
No, they're a bunch of hype train of a bad team. All I'm telling you, Washington picked up some hype new players. We're going in. We're going to build a new team around them. Might take a year. Yeah, it might. But we're not going to be a bottom team. We're going to be like a 12th ranked, 11th ranked probably. And we're going to build the building blocks just like a New York did to be a top 3 team. I'm telling you this now. Don't at me, bro.
Okay, first of all, I'm about to at you real quick. Washington last year was bottom.
New team.
Oh, okay, you changed all except for 3 people. And
Yeah,
no one knows
that's
who
a
these
new
people are.
team.
No one knows who these people are.
Yeah,
So,
that's called building blocks, baby.
What you did,
Build
and I'm going to steal this
hold
from you. What you did was you took somebody from the crowd and you're like, you look like you have some potential. Let's put you on our team real quick. That's what you guys did. That's all you did.
Yeah, and it's
Houston
been
over
working
here
for all the
had
top teams.
talent and skill, previous Overwatch League experience on there, man. You can't even contest. You can't even contest, bro.
Then why aren't your players on a better team?
You know, you make mistakes, man. You make mistakes. Some hiccups.
Oh,
Can't touch it in.
I think that's some chink in your armor right there. Oh, he makes some mistakes. Yeah, that's exactly what Washington's going to do. A sledgehammer, baby!
Washington is the mistake. What are you talking about?
Dude, Washington, sledgehammer into the rib cage, out, lights out. Houston, worst Texas team by far.
Whoa.
That's right, baby.
You know what? Bleed green, man. We're going to see it this week because watch. I'm going to show you how good they are. You're going to see so many crazy plays. It's going to be amazing.
I'm cutting real quick. I know you guys are really energetic about this match, but real quick, I'm going to toss it to Zeus. What kind of team composition do you expect in this matchup for Houston?
We're definitely going to go dive, 100%.
Dive?
I'm expecting going to see some Ana plays, some Diva. I'd say maybe some Zenyatta. I'm not sure how they're going to shake up the rest of them because, you know, it depends if they're going to put their startings in the first match, you know, get warmed up and then, you know, maybe have the subs come in here and there. You know, I don't know how they're going to run it, but I think it's going to be dominant either way.
Oh, okay. JT, what kind of team composition do you think Washington's going to come up with?
You know, I pray that Houston decides to go dive and watch us just obliterate them as they jump in on us. Uncoordinated teams, dive, we're just going to wreck them. I think we're going to run, you know, 2 tanks, DPS maybe, a couple healers. Pretty standard, because that's how you build a, you know, playoff-bound team. You don't just throw stuff together. You build a team together, you work as a unit, you figure out how to do it. Hey, that's how you become an all-star. That's how you make a name for yourself. You stand off in those good team comps. You don't just, you know, let's take the Boston method. Let's just pick every champion. Let's hop in. Let's see what happens. No, that's not how you build a good team. We saw that last week in New York, crushing them.
I'm gonna button that. First of all, Boston was basically trying to copy Chengdu, and Chengdu's pretty dang good, especially when it comes to random comps. Second of all, y'all's is trash. We gonna take it easy on you. Simple.
Why did you bring Dallas into this? Just because you have inferior complex?
No one said anything about that. You were the only one bringing in Dallas.
You just brought him up.
No, I didn't.
And I'm telling you, Washington's about to sledgehammer you to death.
Oh my
Bludgeoning, baby.
Bro, we got that Houston armor, bro. You ain't gonna see nothing.
Watch as the Ryan Hart comes down.
No one to say bleed greens because be the Hulk, man. We gonna destroy you.
Nobody even knows where Houston. Oh god.
You can't say no one knows where Houston is. Houston's the city, bro. Come on.
There's no helping you. They're so far off the map on the Overwatch League, it's not even funny.
They're right next to Dallas. Like literally, like it's right there.
Houston has been obliterated. They've been shot to the moon of the Overwatch.
Houston's been doing better than Dallas has.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
You can't even argue the right team.
Hey, no, I know you want. I know you want to talk about Dallas so much since you're so confident about it. You have no confidence about Washington. It's cool. I understand. Houston's going to dominate. I know.
Don't at me. You know what? I don't want to talk to you anymore about this. You know what? Don't at me when this game goes, you know, southwest for you, because you know it is. How about we talk about a team and games that are actually going to be interesting and not one-sided where Washington just dominates? How about we talk about Philadelphia and Florida? Jesus, how about you give your opinions on that? Not valid.
Well, I would like to say for the record, Houston is going to destroy Washington. You guys heard it here first. Okay. Destroy. Absolutely. Train wreck. Florida, they haven't had the best of luck lately. To be honest, they've had a little ups and downs. Fate, he had some issues last season, but I think with the off season, they've been able to fix those mistakes and kind of like use their scrims to scrim against, you know, better teams like top 5, top 7 teams to be able to make some changes. We got some new people in, but it'll be a tough match. I think it'll be a tough match.
All right. So how about we hear from someone that everyone actually wants to hear from, Nova. Give me your opinions.
I feel Philadelphia is actually going to do really good this season. Last season, they were in top 10 in the league, and they ran it with Carp and Poco, and those are really pretty good players, DPS and tank players. Carp coming in at 17th in hero damage, Poco 25th in fewest deaths, so you know they play smart. And then coming into this season, they added 2 more take a DPS players, which really helped them, especially coming into the 2-2-2 role lock queue meta now. So you definitely have 2 or 4 locked in players who know what they're doing. The stats show that, hey, we can prove that we can block, we can defend. Running in with Ivy, another DPS player, 5th in hero damage, so he knows what to do effectively. And then coming in with Fury, 13th in eliminations as a tank. So not only is he protecting his teams, but he's killing the enemy to help protect as well. So I think Philadelphia's going to do great this season.
Now, kind of what I'm hearing here, Zeus, is that sounds like the most humble brag of all time. I kind of feel like Nova's just like being nice here, put the kids' gloves on. He just watched you get beat up like in the street. What do you have to say to this? I think he's just playing easy with you.
Okay, you were really salty about that last matchup that we
Not
just
salty,
talked
I
about.
won.
It's cool. I understand. I know you're bleed blue. I'm talking about bleed green. But anyways, for the real matchup here, we got Florida. Honestly, like I said earlier, it's going to be a tough matchup. Florida has been pretty shaky this past season or so. Philadelphia is looking pretty promising. But Florida does have the best, currently has the best map win streak. Doing better than New York, which went 6-0. Florida's at 8-0 right now. So I think with that, they're going to be able to not only bring it pretty close, I think they'll take the dub.
Okay. Once again, I didn't hear any confidence behind that. For me, I feel like Nova, with the kid gloves, is beating you in the street. Nova, what do you have to say about this? This man's not even trying.
Other matchup, because I
mean,
destroy you once again.
I don't think a map win streak should be something to hold on to.
You're getting double teamed here.
I mean, using it as your shield of, that's gonna win us the game. That's not gonna win you the game. It's the plays that's gonna win you the game. Win streaks are meant to be broken. They're gonna break eventually. So, I mean, I don't think Florida's gonna hold on to this win streak much longer to go.
Wow, I kind of heard a little bit. Getting double teamed here is not the greatest, but all I can say is BQB and Say a Player are going to be our key players for this. They're going to be able to make some killer shots and be able to bring home the dub. That's it.
Well, then convince me.
So first of all, we're going to have Fate, be a really good tank. He's going to actually have his shield up and not be out and about like Gig and Valiant, who, God bless their heart. I think with BQB doing some killer shots, being able to go out, maybe running a bit of Tracer, going out there and just kind of annoying the team. I think that, and with Say a Player, Say a Player is basically kind of like the leader of this squad anyways. They'll be able to, with good communication and teamwork, make some wins here.
Now, see, that was convincing. Now, Nova, I don't know, convince me back. How are they gonna win?
Honestly, like I said, with these 4 players quite dominant in their role specifically, you already have 4 people locked in this 2-2-2 role queue meta who know what they're doing. And coming up into this matchup against players statistically haven't really shown that they can fight back. I mean, Florida did not do so hot last season. And statistically coming into this season, I don't see why all of a sudden they would be hot. So coming up against this Philadelphia team, I don't know. I don't think Florida got it. It's gonna be mayhem. It's gonna be mayhem, all right.
Oh my goodness, that was bad.
Hey, Zeus, I got a question for you. I have to ask.
Oh God, here we go.
Any of the teams you've argued this week, or any of the teams for that matter, do you think any of them are going to be able to break into the top 10?
I think Houston has the potential to break into the top 10. I think Philadelphia has the potential to break into the top 10. I don't think Washington does. Florida, I mean, I love both of those teams. Philadelphia will probably be outranking them both for sure.
What about you down there, Mr. Nova?
I honestly feel like Philly is going to bust into that top 10. I know they barely cut it coming in 10th rank, but I think they can climb up a little bit higher, beat some of those teams that were up there, like LA Gladiators. I think they can beat But I'm gonna root for Philadelphia. I think they can break that mold.
I disagree. I just want to throw that out there. I do disagree.
I disagree with your disagree.
It was just my disagreement. That's all.
Mm-mm.
We appreciate that. So we do have a lot of good matchups on day one that's going on. We got Florida, Houston, and then we have Washington, Philly, which I think that one's going to be pretty one-sided. But speaking of Florida, what do we think the matchup's going to be looking like with the Florida-Houston matchup, JT?
Hate to say it, hate to agree with him, but I actually think Florida's going to take this one.
You're going to agree with me either way.
Valid arguments there. I'm sorry. I agree with it. I know everyone's going to hate me for it, but
bleed green.
Unfortunately.
Bleed green. What's wrong with you, man? Come on.
I feel like this is just a one-sided matchup here.
You're right. Houston's going to destroy them.
Yeah, I think Houston has a better roster, more dominant players than Florida. Florida consistently has shown that they're not a competitive team.
It'll be a sweep. I call sweep.
I don't know about sweep. Yeah.
I think it'll be 3-1. I'd say 3-1.
A dominant performance. Performance.
Okay. And then we got Washington, Philly. I 100% think Philly is going to destroy them.
3-0. Yes.
3-0.
Even close. I agree.
Philadelphia is definitely the dominant team.
Like, I love Washington and all, but yeah, they're going to just.
I'm sorry. They're out.
They're not going to make the cut.
This one's a little bit outgunned.
Corey, I'm sorry if you're watching this. We don't have any faith in you or in your team.
No, I have lots of faith. I think he's a great player.
JT says he has no faith in you whatsoever.
I have so much
because you're going to lose in Houston.
Not as much.
Understandable, but you're also going to lose against Philly, which Nova believes 100% is true, and I agree as well.
I also agree. Philly's just a better team.
So real quick, I do have a question for you guys. Because of China canceling the homestands, what do you think, or how do you think this will affect the teams and the players? Since they're not going to, they had the matchups today in Shanghai, but those are canceled. So what's going to happen? JT?
I just think it's a bummer because they're going to have to make up these matches at some point, and if they don't, which I think the plan is to make them up, it's more load on the teams to have to prepare for other teams. So they basically get a shorter season because of it. And let's be real, it wasn't the team's faults. They couldn't do anything about it. It's just unfortunate.
Nova, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it doesn't last too long with this hiatus of them not being able to play any games. Because if it keeps on going on, it's going to end up being catch-up with them if they have to replay these matches just so they can get on the leaderboard. And that's, like JT said, that's going to put a lot of pressure on these teams because not only are they like, okay, we can't play while everyone else is playing, but it's like now we got to rush these games just to catch up with them. It's going to cause a lot of stress. Hopefully they can solve it out as peacefully as possible. It's very unfortunate, but yeah.
I honestly thought they were gonna just do it in the Blizzard Arena, in the stadium that they've been doing it for the first two seasons.
Yeah, why not?
That's what I want to know. Like, you have it there. I mean, unless you guys already destroyed it, which that would not be smart. It's like, hey guys, you have your own stadiums. Let's just there goes ours. Yeah, about that.
Oh God.
Because I know with a lot of the expansion teams, not some of them, like Paris, for example, don't have their own homestead in there yet in their city, but they have to do it in the States. So I'm just like, why don't they just do it all in the Blizzard Arena?
I'm sure there's got to be some visa issue or something, but it makes more sense to have them in Blizzard rather than, not have them at all and then make them cram their games in. I think it's just going to affect the team so much. I think it's going to be very unfair for bracket rankings.
Yeah, true. Now, real quick, guys, we were talking about ranking earlier, what team we think could bust off in the top 10. I'm actually going to ask you guys if you can list your top 10 teams coming into the season. I'm going to start with you, Zeus. What do you think?
So I got it written down over here on my second screen just to make sure. So I got number 1 as Vancouver. They were looking pretty dominant. They were pretty dominant last year. I mean, they didn't win against San Francisco, but I think this year they're going to turn it around. I do have San Francisco at my number 2. I got Shanghai as number 4 because New York is definitely number 3. New York is definitely number 3. They were pretty dominant this week, but to be honest, when it comes to the playoffs, I think they're just not going to clutch it. So that's why I put them in number 3. I have LA Valiant as number 5. Houston, my men, Lee Green is number 6.
No.
Paris following up at 7.
Oh my god.
Then we got my boys, Seoul Dynasty, number 8. Then we got Hangzhou Spark looking pretty promising at number 9. Then I have Toronto at number 10.
I don't know about that.
Hey, y'all can hate all you want. I mean, it's Lee Green.
Toronto and Houston, I don't think they're.
I mean, Toronto did pretty good this past week. So, given how that matchup went, I was like, you know what? I think they got some potential. So that's why I put them at 10.
Now, JT, let me hear yours.
Before I go, are you kidding me? Is that a real list? Or are you just pulling my leg? Houston
it's
top
obviously
10?
Yes, I think they have the potential to be top 10. Yes.
Either of the LA teams top 10?
Yeah, I had Valiant.
Yes,
Paris?
Yes.
Paris.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Man. Wow, that's just okay. So my list
Here comes the
actually
jokes.
well put together. We got New York, number 1, Vancouver, number 2. I put San Francisco 3rd just because Dallas was able to take a game and, give them a run for their money a little bit. That kind of worried me for their power ranking spot. I got Philadelphia. I'm, looking forward to see what they have this week. Got Atlanta and then Shanghai Dragons.
You have Atlanta up there?
Yeah, Atlanta's good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying my design's a joke. Okay.
Seoul Dynasty. Hanzhou Spark.
Okay.
And then Dallas, 10. The reason I put them in the top 10 before you say anything is because they were able to take a game off of a top 3 team and almost take a second game. I think
They're
that's
0-2. I'm just saying.
They
They've
came off
lost.
rough. I agree. I think by the end of the season, they will be a top 10 team.
I can
Maybe.
agree top 15. I cannot agree top 10 on that one.
No, they will be. I think they'll be 10th.
The argument, though,
Yep.
I feel with Shock and Dallas, the statement of they took one game, I don't think that's a good enough defense.
They almost took the second game. They should have taken the second game.
I mean, they almost did,
They
but
showed-
Almost ain't good enough, man. Almost ain't good enough.
did they win though?
What did they win, though?
I'm sorry, that's the 3rd best team at least. It could be the 2nd or 1st best. We don't know. They're
Yeah,
definitely a
depends
top
on
3
how
team.
Clutch it.
And then my last is Toronto in 10th. I think Toronto is probably going to be in the top 10
So we
somewhere.
can agree on something. Okay, that's good.
I don't know quite where they're going to be in the top 10 yet. But
Interesting.
neither of the LA teams, Paris or Houston. Are you kidding me?
Man, you're just full of jokes today. I didn't know that. Hey, Nova, what is your top 10?
So definitely what I noticed is our top 3s mixed around a lot. So I actually put San Francisco as number 1.
It makes sense. Made sense.
I feel like they're really dominant, and they showed. Even if Dallas did take one, I think they still showed off that, hey, we're still a dominant team. Number 2, I put New York. I think New York really did show their colors that, hey, we're here to chase that championship. Vancouver, I put in 3rd. I think they're still competitive, especially against like a San Francisco or New York team, and I feel like they're back for vengeance. I actually put Hangzhou Spark in 4th.
Oh, wow.
I think they're a really good team. I really see potential in them. Actually, last season they did even come in 4th in the league, and that took me by surprise too. So if they had a surprise like that, I think they could surprise us again. I actually put Philadelphia Fusion in 5th. I think having players like Carp and Poco do good enough to put them in at least the top 10, and then adding 2 more players like Ivy and Fury can only benefit the team. So I put them at least 5th. And then 6th, I put Atlanta. I think they're pretty, decent team.
I'm the only one that doesn't care about Atlanta. Okay.
I think you'll at least prove this one, Zeus. I put Paris in 7th.
There we go.
Even though they did go against London, they showed that they could be dominant. That they have
Kidding
potential.
me?
He obviously is not
Yeah.
kidding. You're the one full of jokes. I'm
Hey,
just saying.
I don't
You
know.
had such a. I was agreeing with you all the way down the list. I'm like, I could see that.
Look, he's crying. He's crying, man.
I know.
Look
I
at-
have him
He's
at
so
that.
bummed.
Well, I'm disappointed more than anything.
For 8th, I actually switched LA teams. I think LA Gladiators are better than LA Valiant. LA Valiant wasn't the same team as the first season, and LA Gladiators coming into this season, I think, are pretty well. I put them in 8th, so they're not super high up there,
I
at
can
least
see
in the
that.
top 10. And then I put Seoul Dynasty at 9th.
We all
They
know
have-
Soul's gonna be top 10. We can
Yeah,
agree on
at least they have a decent track record throughout these 2 seasons. And then I put Gung Zhao Charge in 10th. I think
that. Didn't see
they
that
can
coming.
hold that 10th spot.
Really?
Yeah, I
Sure
think
about that?
I can expect
they,
Chengdu,
I think
but
they could beat these other bottom half teams. I found potential in them. I think they could do it.
I mean, I can expect Chengdu, but not Gong Zhao. That threw me for a curve. Okay.
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I respect it. Unlike the Paris prediction.
See,
but
you can respect
wow.
Nova, but you can't respect your man that's bleeding green.
because you put
You
Houston.
know what? It's all right. We can agree
Paris-
to disagree. Hey, he put Paris up there. He put Paris up there too. What you talking about?
You put 3 non-top 2. You
That's what I
took-
thought. Sit down. So,
What?
anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this segment here. I'm Captain Zeus. Follow my co-host JT and Novaverse, and we will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.